Hello, hello. I have 30 minutes of movement for you. So we're going to start today in child's pose. So come to sit your hips on your heels. I actually like my knees closer together these days. So you can experiment with that. If you're used to having your knees further apart, you can try bringing them a little closer together. And conversely, if you always have your knees together, try a little bit wider and see how that feels. I find that when they're wider, I get a little bit more of a drop into a back bend. And when they're closer, which is what I've been preferring lately for whatever reason, I get more support. We've got the etheric nervous system in the gut here. And so having support where the thighs are catching the belly and there's a little deep pressure coming into those tissues can be super helpful for down-regulating the nervous system. So if the stress has been pressuring into you and you want some support, quieting yourself, that can be one way. Knees together and forehead to the floor. And breath in and out. You're welcome to take the hands behind you or in front of you. My personal favorite is to have the palms together and to bend the elbows so that the thumbs come to the base of the skull. And again, just closing off the front body, putting some pressure at the forehead point. And even the way I use the mudra coming back up and overhead are all ways that I take my awareness from external to internal. I'm using the body, I'm using the breath, I'm using the choice of the shape to create a cocoon. And that will help my nervous system quiet. So I get the message, like deep down in the visceral tissues of my body, I get the message that I'm safe, that everything's okay. So if you're riding on that wave, that agitated wave, take a deep breath in, and then breathe in a little more, and then can you bring in just a little bit more? And then out the mouth, exhale, 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 exhale. Press it all out. Sure. And then release your hands forward, lift your head up and slide your elbows back in front of your knees. Press the palms together into a prayer and action the elbows into the knees. So pull and action with a little muscular engagement, and that's going to encourage the sternum to lift and the chin to lift and the breath to enter. And then as you exhale, tuck. Pull the belly away from the thighs. Bring the chin into the chest. Curl. Inhale, it's cow. And exhale, it's cat. And a few more. Push the elbow into the knees to get the full stretch up. And you curl under, push the spine into the back body. Nice. And then walk your hands to flat. Lift the elbows up. Curl under your toes. Drive the hips up to the sky. Walk your hands back to the feet and ragdoll. Be sure that the feet are further than toes touching, so further apart, like hip distance. And you can measure that with 2 fists in between your ankles, or heels, as the case may be. And you're welcome to take opposite hand to opposite elbow. You're welcome to rest your hands on the ground. And you might even decide to take your hands at the low back and rinse your shoulders. So 3 options today. Use a deeper breath. Inhale and exhale. Be sure the knees are unlocked, slightly bent. Inhale and exhale. Deep breath in and bring the hands down to the ground. Walk the hands forward, come into a long plank shape. So the top of your push-up, legs long and strong. And push into the earth and lift your rib cage up. And then drop your right knee down, tip to the right hand and reach your left hand up. A modified side plank is one of my favorite asanas for starting a practice because there are so many different feels. So when I reach over my head like this, I get a lot of stretch along the side waist and that feels really good. Something different that also feels good is the hand behind the head because I can pull the shoulder, the top shoulder. See how it wants to collapse? I can pull it back and rotate the sternum up to the sky, and there's something about that that feels really good. So you've got to see like what's in there for you. You could also take your hand behind your back and lift your back leg up off the ground. So when we have 30 minutes like this, you want to be really attentive to your experience. You're not really here to follow my directions. You're here to feel what's going on in your body. Lower your back foot if it's lifted. Take your left hand to the floor. And bring the right heel all the way up to the sky, 3-legged dog. Good, and then high plank, both feet down. Left knee down, modified side. And our time with ourselves is very personal. And it's nice to have some guidance and some support. I'm definitely here for you. Be sure that you're participating by noticing, mindfully adjusting based on what you feel. It's like the body has an entire communication system from each fingertip, each toe tip, all the way back to your brain so that you can feel what's going on and adjust accordingly. Hands down, 3-legged dog, left heel up. And down face dog. 2 feet to the ground, 2 hands to the ground. We're going to walk the feet between the hands. So a couple steps or several steps, however you get there. Lengthen, inhale, and exhale, fold. We'll push into the feet to come all the way up to stand. And then land your hands at heart center and close your eyes and take a pause. All right, this is 1 pin drop. And so we'll be back in a few moments and you can see how it compares. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, step back, plank pose. I'm going to lower my knees down. You don't have to. Come halfway down. Inhale, cobra or up dog. Lift up your heart. Exhale, over your toes, down face dog. Inhale, lift the right leg up. Exhale, drop the right knee, shin down, tip to the right. Inhale, reach your left hand up. Exhale, left hand down. Inhale, 3-legged dog. And exhale, down face dog. Inhale, left leg up. Exhale, drop your left knee, shin down. So we're using our modified side plank today. Tip to the left and reach with the right. And then exhale, right hand down. Inhale, three-legged dog, left leg up. And exhale, down face dog. So a couple breaths in and out just to settle. That will be our sequence for this moment. We'll build from there. Inhale, lift the hips. Exhale, bend the knees. Look first, and then take your step forward. Breathe in, flat back. Breathe out and fold. Push down to rise. And arrive with your hands at your heart. 3 breaths. Notice. Yeah, nothing's good or bad, nothing's right or wrong. Everything is just being created and destroyed, and you're noticing the cycle, the process. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, step back plank. Knees down, shift forward and lower down. Inhale, reach up. That's cobra or up dog, and then exhale over your toes. Inhale, lift the right leg. Exhale, drop the right knee, shin down. Inhale, lift the left hand up. And you can sweep the left arm out overhead. Circle your left hand back down to the ground. Inhale, three-legged dog, and we're gonna step forward. So step the right foot to the right thumb. You're welcome to drop your back knee. I'm going to keep mine lifted. Sweep up, crescent warrior. So each shape is just the setting, the stage setting. And then you work with the energy around that, the attitude around it. You work with your willingness and your courage and your self-doubt. Sometimes it feels glorious and sometimes it's pretty messy. And just feel the last breath in to stretch. And then hands down. Step back. You can lower your knees or just shift forward for chatta. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. If you ever want to skip that, you're welcome just to meet us in down dog. Inhale, lift the left leg. Exhale, drop the left knee down. Inhale, sweep the right hand up. And maybe stretch overhead to add a little rolling shoulder rotation. Inhale, three-legged dog. And exhale, step forward. Push down, rise up, hands high. Now, crescent warrior can be pretty wobbly if your feet are on a tightrope. So you want to make sure that your left foot is in the left lane of the highway, your right leg is in the right lane of the highway. And you can always just toe heel, walk your left foot out a little bit further. You've got to squeeze at the upper inner thighs, lock the outer hips together. Stretch back through the right heel and set your gaze, hands up. Last breath in, hands down, step back. High plank to low plank. Upward face. Downward face. In breath and out breath. In breath and out breath. And then lift the hips, bend the knees, look forward and step forward. Flat back. And fold. Push down, rise up, stand, and then exhale the hands to the heart center. So I feel like maturity for me has developed as I've become more skilled at pausing. More appreciative of little 3-breath moments throughout my day. Yeah, like you've got a little trail of breadcrumbs of your noticing practice. Inhale, reach up. Like you have little mini opportunities for checking in with yourself. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, step back. High plank to low plank. Remember the knees can come down, or you can just meet us in down dog if you prefer. Up with the inhale, back with the outhale. Inhale, lift the right leg. Exhale, right knee down, left arm up. For some of us, a little extra oomph from the back foot, and we can come into a full plank. It's entirely up to you. Left hand down, three-legged dog, right leg up, and step forward. Strong down into the ground and rise high up to the sky, and then exhale, open up, warrior two. So drop your back heel, drift your arms out. There's a little diagonal relationship between the left shoulder and the right knee. So the left shoulder tends to buckle and the left knee tends to buckle. And this diagonal line needs a little more tension. So pull your right knee back a little, pull your left shoulder back a little. Sit to the left sit bone. I have more room. There we go. Nice, nice, nice. Deep breath in. Exhale, cartwheel down. High plank to low plank. Up face. Down face. Left leg, inhale. Exhale, left knee, shin down. Right hand up. Stable with the right foot if you'd like to step under and get the full side plank experience. And then inhale, left foot high, and take a step. Rise up, crescent warrior. Open up, warrior two. In the same diagonal, it's the right shoulder, left knee. And the right thigh wants to collapse down. I have to lift at the inner right arch and lift up the right thigh bone. And still with your breath, still and quiet. Just every bit as safe as you were in your first child's pose. Generous breath in. Chaturanga Dandasana. Upward face and downward face. And we're going to do one more series through. Lift your hips, bend your knees. Come to the front of your mat. Flat back. Fold. Inhale, rise. And stand with yourself. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, lengthen your spine. Exhale, step back plank. Low. Go up. And press down. Inhale the right leg up. Exhale, drop the knee, shin, or take your side plank. Left arm reaching, rotate and roll. Inhale, right foot up. And exhale, step. Inhale, crescent warrior. Exhale, warrior two. Take a generous breath in. And on an exhale, cartwheel down, left hand down. Lift the back heel up, right hand to the sky. Push into the ground with the left hand, reach up with the right hand and lean back just slightly. And then exhale, right hand down, peel up on the ball of the foot, straight the right leg and push back into your left sit bone. Bend the right knee, inhale, right hand up. Exhale, big wide straddle, pull back. Bend the right knee, right hand up. Exhale, straddle back. We want to go deeper into the ground, so bend the right knee and go low. Inhale, right hand up. And then keep the knee bent, right hand down, angle the back heel, and cartwheel up, reverse warrior, all the way back. Lift your right side ribs, elongate the right side waist, and chaturanga. Up face, down face. You can take a little sigh out if that built any pressure for you. Lift your left leg. Drop the left foot, go heavy to the left hand. Inhale, right hand up. And right hand down. Three-legged dog, left leg up. And step. Crescent warrior. Warrior two. Breath in. And cartwheel, right hand down. Left hand up. Exhale, straight the left leg, lift the ball of the foot and angle back, press. Then go low with the hips and reach. And drop the hand, go high with the hips. Stay strong with your right leg, inhale. And exhale, we'll do one more. Bend, twist, fold, stretch. Then twist, and now left hand down, angle the back heel, and cartwheel, sweep it up and back. Length. Shadow. High plank pose, low plank pose, up face dog, down face dog. We're going to walk the hands back to the feet. So bring yourself back to a ragdoll at the back of the mat. Take a flat back and fold and rise. Hands to your heart. So from the back of the mat this time, lean into the left foot, lift the right foot. We're going to wrap eagle, right the right leg over. I'm going to use my toes to perch along the outer foot here. That gives me a little bit of a prop. I'm still balancing. I can feel my legs still working to balance me. But it also provides a little bit more structure. Arms out like a T, palms up, shoulders soft. Bring your right elbow under your left. Opposite hand to opposite shoulders, or the backs of the hands touching, or the full eagle wrap, 5 breaths. Nice. Unwrap the arms. Hands to prayer. Lift the right knee up. And place the right foot next to the left. Bend the knees this time, lift the left knee up. Perch the left toes out over the right foot. Arms out, shoulders soft. It's the left elbow coming under. Opposite hand, opposite shoulder. Backs of the hands, or the full wrap. Elbows coming up, forearms pushing away, 5 breaths. Nice. Unwrap the arms. Lift the left knee. And hands together at the heart. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, forward fold. Walk forward to a plank pose. And then lower your knees and come flat to your belly. Come all the way flat to the belly. We're going to take the hands behind the head. And take the hands behind the head, push into the pubic bone, and get long and light. You want to come up and get a little lift. Push the back of the head up into the hands, push down into your pubic bone, make your arms longer, or legs longer, longest. And exhale, release and relax. Shimmy your bum. And one more back bend. You're welcome to reach back for your ankles. Take your hands along your side for locust. And those options. We're coming up 5 breaths. Lost our music here. Let me turn it up. You take one more breath in. Thank you for that. And exhale, release. All right, we just have a few more minutes. And so bring yourself up to all fours. From an all fours position, bring your right knee to your right wrist, lengthen your left leg behind you. So we're going to stay upright so that we continue a little bit of back bending in this half pigeon opportunity. So we're into the front of the left hip, getting a stretch, the inner right hip stretching, and up the spinal line, the front body stretching. Be sure the breath is deep. Move the hands closer to you to come up higher. Further away from you to come down a little bit lower. Nice. And then rock to the right hip and swing your left leg all the way around to the outer right thigh. And we'll twist goes to the left. So hook your right elbow, stretch up and hook to your left knee to rotate. The back hand is pressing down and it's pushing my mat longer. So I'm actioning away from my body with the back hand. You can try that. Rinse it out. Good. Okay, come back to center. Sweep your left leg back behind you. We're coming to all fours. This time the left knee comes to the left wrist and the right leg lengthens. And half pigeon with the left knee forward, staying upright. One of the healthiest things you can do for your back, if you are a sitter and a driver and an in the chair kind of on Zoom kind of lifestyle person, one of the healthiest things you can do for your back is stretch the front of your hip flexors. So if you feel what's going on in the front of your right hip, it's not really the quadricep, although you might feel it somewhat there. It can be deeper into the front of the right hip here. You feel that tension. You want to have compassion. Don't rip into it. So if you need to move your hands forward and come down a little bit into the fold more looking like this, then do that. You have to kind of feel for where your edge is. So some folks might be able to come up a little higher than me and others would need to be a little lower than me. This just happens to be my point today. All right, we're leaning to the left. Bring your right foot all the way around, outer left thigh. Left hand up and then catching, hooking, and twisting. Generous twist. breathe generously and the body will offer you generously anything it needs to release. And then come back to center. We'll take bound angle, so the flats of the feet touching, the knees butterflied open. And the heels don't have to be tight against the inner groin. You can be anywhere that's comfortable for you. Come down a little, take a few breaths, maybe come down further. It'll just be a moment. Close the front body energy centers. It's like returning to that cocoon we established in our first child's pose. Returning to that introspective conversation with ourselves. I'll give you some quiet for it. Walk yourself up, flat your feet, windshield wiper back and forth. And then find an easy sit, close your eyes. And you're welcome to lie down and offer yourself a Shavasana. You have a few more minutes on your clock. Might be nice to take a little rest. But for now, for this 30 move offering, I'll ask you to bring your hands to prayer, your thumb knuckles to your third eye. And I offer you my gratitude. Namaste. With many blessings and remember who you are. I'm very grateful for you.